Hey Familia, Igni here, and a bunch of new cards for the upcoming Shadowverse expansion. Brigade of the Sky have been revealed since the last time we took a look, so let's take a look at them, and let's see what our thoughts are. First up is the big one, Dragon Knight's 5 playpoint sword gold spell. Choose, summon one of these dudes, or enhance 8, summon 2 of these dudes instead. So who are these dudes? If you play Granblue, you'd be familiar. The Dragon Knight's Vayne, Indomitable Knight, 2/5. At the end of your turn, gain +1/+0 and restore 3 defense to this follower. Siegfried Dragonslayer, 5/4 Bane Ward. Lancelot, Twin Fang Prodigy, Storm. Whenever this follower attacks, gain +1/+1 if an allied Vayne Indomitable Knight is in play. And Percival, Lord of Flames, gain Rush while an allied Siegfried Dragonslayer is in play. Whenever this follower attacks, gain +X+0, X equals the number of other allied followers in play. This has to be the single most versatile card I've ever seen in a card game. Maybe ever. This is actually insanity. All of these cards are perfectly fine as they are, and being able to summon 2 of them as well, and also just the ability to have the versatility of picking and choosing which one you need for the situation at hand it's absurd. This card is super good, and I definitely expect it to see play. Next up, speaking of sword cards, Latham, Honorablle Knight, Swordcraft Legendary card, 8 playpoint, 8/7. Accelerate 2, summon 2 knights. So again, Accelerate means that you can cast this as a 2 playpoint spell and have it summon 2 knights but not give you the body. Fanfare gives you lead to the following effect. Whenever an allied follower attacks and there are no allied knights in play, summon a knight. Whenever an allied follower that originally costs 1 playpoint comes into play, give it Storm. These effects are not stackable and last for the rest of the match. It's interesting. I like this because it's interesting token support for Swordcraft. Whether or not that's going to be the direction that Swordcraft takes to be the most competitive deck is yet to be seen, but it does enable some pretty cool strategies. Like, stat-wise, it's fine. The Accelerate 2 is much appreciated so that it isn't just a dead card in, versus aggressive matchups or anything. Makes things really interesting in the way that you can build your deck, right? So you can include cards like Wolffang Swordsman, which was previously unplayable. It gives your Celia a bit more utility as well, so your Celia Hope strategist now can make 1/1 Storm dudes. Just Knight generation in general becomes something that becomes more powerful. Honestly, on 8 play points, this is kind of like an 8 play point not do anything. It's just a big beat stick. The saving grace is that the Accelerate 2 really does help it not just be a dead card in a lot of matchups. We'll see how it works out, but my prediction is that I don't foresee it to be the best Swordcraft strategy going into the next expansion, but there will be some fun decks that you can do with this card. Next up, Sophia Pious Pilgrim Havencraft card, 3 playpoint, 2/3 silver. No effect, but then on Evolve, it randomly summons a copy of an allied follower that has been destroyed during this turn. This is actually pretty sick. No stat gain on Evolve kinda hurts, but the Evolve effect, being able to summon a copy of an allied follower that has been destroyed during this turn, means that it can combo with some pretty powerful stuff. For example, if you can run in a Tutankhamun, and then you can evolve the Sophia, then you get a Tutankhamun back, you have a Tutankhamun from the Tutankhamun Last Words effect, and your board just got a whole lot more intimidating, right? The only thing that hurts it is the no stat gain on Evolve, which lets it be a lot less great of a reactive tool. So again, it's one of those things that you'd probably want to try out, but standalone, it's only okay. Captivating Conductor, Portalcraft Solar Spell. Select 2 followers in play, deal X damage to the first follower and Y damage to the second follower. X equals the attack of the second follower and Y equals the attack of the first follower. This card can only be played when 2 targetable followers are in play. You know, this card is okay. The only thing is that it's a board control based card in Portalcraft, which I don't think is something that they necessarily need. The one thing that they really excel at is controlling the board with all their rushes and all their artifact rushes, right? One thing that you might consider is that you might run Captivating Conductor in Puppets to have a spell that can deal with 2 enemy followers at the same time. For mid-game Puppets, this might just be what you need to control the board. We'll see. We all know Heartless Battle didn't really do it. Moving on, we got some other cards here. Tycoon, 2 playpoint, 2/2, another sword card, Swordcraft Commander. Fanfare in hand, 7, gain +3/+3, then draw cards until there are 5 cards in your hand. For aggro Swordcraft specifically, as a top deck, this is a 2 playpoint card that isn't a dead draw in the late game. You can end up refilling your hand just to get that additional little bit of reach and a little bit more resources that you need to finish the game off. So it's something to consider for that kind of style deck. In terms of mid-range Swordcraft, I'm not sure if it's going to replace any of the important 2-drop slots that we have right now. But I do like to see that they're supporting potentially other archetypes besides mid-range Sword, because I think this might be an actual key player in an aggressive build. Next up, we have Albacore for Dragoncraft, 7 play point, 7/5. Last words, restore 3 defense to your leader. It's not that good, right? Like, it's a big heckin' body that only restores 3 defense on last words. Barely does anything more than a Happy Pig does. I think there's just better options at this point in the game for Dragon, by far. Last one for today, we have Fran, Monster Girl, 3 play point, Shadowcraft Silver Follower, 0/1. Fanfare choose, put either a Fran's Attendant or a Fran's Curse to your hand. Fanfare in hand 7, put a Fran's Attendant and a Fran's Curse into your hand. So, what are these things? Fran's Attendant, 0 play point, 3/2, Necromancy 6, gain +2/+2, and rush. And Fran's Curse, deal 4 damage to an allied follower and enemy follower. This card can be played only when both an allied, targetable allied follower and enemy follower are in play. I think this card is actually super good, and here's why. So on 3 play points, you're getting a 0/1, potentially just a 3 play point 3/3, which is not bad, right? And you can also sacrifice the Fran Monster Girl body itself for things like Trot's Curse, Demon Eater, for example. I do find it funny that they're printing what looks like Minth support after Minth is rotating out, because this is a 3 play point card that goes into a 0 play point card with a powerful Necromancy effect. On 3, this is not a bad play. And as you save the Fran's Attendant later on in the game as well, this isn't exactly a dead card, because you get to play Fran, and if you've built up the shadows, the Fran's Attendant is essentially a 0 play point 5/4 with Rush. After you've already played your Arcus, you'll be able to have Fran's Curse. You get 3 ghosts, and then you Fran's Curse one of the ghosts, and the only problem is, of course, the Enhanced 7, which you kind of have to play around once you already have the Arcus down on board. Being able to generate 3 ghosts and then sack one of the ghosts to deal 4 damage to an enemy follower is really, really powerful. So, thumbs up overall. That's it for this video. Like it if you did, don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Shadowverse content and Brigade of the Sky hype in the very near future. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Was I right? Was I wrong? Of course, thank you to my wonderful patrons. Patreon.com/Ignideus if you'd like to support the channel as well. I would highly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.